hear me?
Hello, and welcome to Conversations for the Soul. One good sip at a time with Dr. Angie and Yashica B, the Motivator. We are real women who dive into tasty or maybe even a little savory conversations where we have real talk about real issues. We want to invite you to join us today in giving your feedback, your insights, your thoughts, or if you have questions, we would love for you to jump in via the chat box. So thank you so much. And as we begin our Conversations for the Soul, I'm going to tag in Miss Yashica B, the Motivator. Come on in, girl.
Hey there. How are you? Angie, on this Sunday evening, Valentine's Day.
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm going to give you a disclosure right now. Ghost is in rare form, so he may join us. He just may join us. Oh, thank you. Well, my daughter just closed the door. I guess she said, no, she's not going to let him join us.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, happy Valentine's Day to you, my sister.
Okay. Like I said, okay. Real quick, and I'm gonna jump on and put it on my page while we're talking, okay? Because we're live now, so I'm gonna go ahead and share it to my page.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, let me turn it down. You heard me? You hear me talking?
I do not. Okay. So yeah. Just so everyone knows, we ask that you take this time out to like, share, and subscribe. Please like and share and subscribe. Tag in any friends that you can get to join you so that we can have this lovely conversation. We are looking forward to diving into the conversation today about what Valentine's Day really means to us, to women, to the community. We want your feedback. So please join us.
Okay.
Chica B, you ready?
Yes, I'm waiting on you. I'm listening. I'm listening to you first because we're going to let you go first.
So I know we hear a lot of things about Valentine's Day being commercialized, and we hear people saying that they don't celebrate Valentine's Day. They show their love all year round and all that good stuff. And that sounds good on paper. And that is important that you show your love all year round. That definitely is important. But I think most people like the idea of being able to have your love for them acknowledged on Valentine's Day. Now, for me, it doesn't take the candy and the flowers and all that. That's really not what I'm interested in. But because we have such busy lives, what's most important to me is just that quality time. I enjoy to just grab that date night, be able to have that time where we just take it down, get a chance to watch a movie, hang out, have some conversations that might be a little more spicy than usual or those kinds of things. But I'm not a big person in terms of having to have the chocolate and the roses and all that. I mean, sometimes I get them. But generally, I encourage him not to give me all of that. To me, I'd rather just have quality time. Spend the money on creating a date, create a wonderful dinner. Let's sit down. The only thing that is kind of mandatory, if you will, is a Valentine's Day card. And I really feel special about cards because I like to create memories. I love memories and moments of celebration, and I like to memorialize them with cards. So that's pretty much my stance on it. How about you?
Well, I have a lot of ways to go with this one. Valentine's Day to me was never really a big day, a big issue for me. However, my late husband always loved Valentine's Day. That was his thing. My day was Christmas and my birthday. Don't mess Christmas and my birthday. But he liked to go all out for Valentine's Day. That was just his thing. And so with some time, I had to get used to that. Because I do the same thing. It's not that big of a deal to me. But I can't say he showed me Valentine's Day all year long. So even if he did or didn't, it wouldn't have made a difference. But I wanted one thing that you did say is that, like what some people say about Valentine's Day for the other side, it's no big deal. But Valentine's Day is for the woman. I mean, I know we're all in this new society, this new equal, whatever you want to call it, but it's her. And regardless of the fact that we say it's a Valentine's Day, it's a made up holiday, so what? So what if it's a made up holiday? But if it's something that she enjoys, if you know you're made, and if she enjoys it, it's to me, it's part of your responsibility as a male, a man, or whomever the partner may be, to make sure that if that's what she likes, it is special for her. It's not about you. I think that's the day that you need to just put yourself aside. And if it's something about her, if you don't like the 14, we'll do it on 13 or 12. Make a day that's special for you. But don't try to rob her of something that she likes. And then, of course, we know we do a lot of spending on that day. Yada, this. And I want to address something that somebody told me about. Oh, y'all falling into this holiday, blah, 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 blah. Okay, first of all, I'm very transparent. First of all, let me tell you something. Guys, if you are going to follow other people and say, well, Valentine's Day should be every day. Yeah, but you need to do your part too. You can't sit there and talk about Valentine's Day is every day and you know you're not doing nothing on no day, but you want to take that and use that as an
Go
excuse
on there, girl.
to be ratchet. Now I'm gonna get raw tonight because this one right here just irks me. This irks me. That you so many people and I told her, you know what, you're not gonna use that as a excuse to be slack.
All right
You know,
now. All right.
if you are doing your part every day, then yeah, Valentine's Day come, but you're not gonna be slack. Then gonna sit there and try to use that. It don't work like that. Come on. I need for you little boys stop playing big men games, and when you fooling with grown women, she gonna let you know.
All right now. Wait, say that again.
That's what I just said. You better catch that in the replay. I told her I was saying some stuff to be going. Yeah, I was like these little boys playing grown men games.
Yeah, these little playing with grown women.
These little boys playing grown men games with grown women. That grown woman gonna let you know.
Absolutely.
We ain't doing it. And I'm gonna address these ladies out here who's over 40. Y'all better come on with this mess. Don't make me go.
Set your expectations. Set your expectations. Make your intentions clear. Mm-hmm. If it's important to you, then say that and say that up front. Early on. Don't wait to see what you're going to do. Don't wait on.
But what gives me, this is my area of expertise is relationships. The greatest pains and the greatest joys come from where? Relationships. Right? Yeah. So I can only teach for experience is the greatest teacher, but I can say this with some ladies. You're so happy to be in a relationship that you're willing to take any and everything he throws at you. Oh, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. What? Excuse me?
Beg your pardon?
What you just say? But you celebrate Sex Day.
How about that? Now every day is good enough for that, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So set the mood. Set the mood. Set it up. You got to do your part to set it up. Yeah. So
and if I tell you got to go out there and go into the red in your bank account trying to get some roses and balloons, but you're gonna do something.
Right.
And like Dr. Angie said, a card is good for her. She's on the card thing. Find out what she likes.
Exactly.
So some of us are really simple.
It's worth the conversation because a lot of times women are saying, "Yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see what he does." No, don't wait.
Oh gosh, I love relationships. That's my favorite thing. I get on ladies with that too. Women, what you waiting for? If you are over the age of 40,
don't expect him to, don't force him to read your mind. Put it out there. And I'm talking about put it out there, not 13. You put it out there December, January. Put it out there early. Let him know what you expect, what you hope for, what you like. And it's not a thing about let's see how much money he spends, because I don't think it's about the money.
It's a lot about for real women. And I don't like to use that cliche real. I don't believe it's a such thing. But in this case, I have to just talk about the real women and what I'm doing. I'm talking about the grown women, not children or young girls who don't really who just hadn't got it yet. Those ones that we still have to mold. And we do
Yes.
have a lot of women, young ladies, that we still need to mold older women into the right way, because we're just letting too much. And I'm just saying we need to go back and grab these girls, because
How
these
about
girls
that?
are more ratchet than the men out here. And then they want somebody. Then you want to go half and Dutch and everything. Like, let me tell you about this girl right here. I gotta share a story. Okay. So now I'm going to be very transparent tonight. All right, so there's a thing in my mind that I call the friend shelf.
Uh-oh. Break it
Okay.
down.
All right, so granted, now I am widowed, so for 8-9 years now, 9 years almost. So with me, if you are of a certain age, men, don't come to me telling me if you over the, I'm 45 and I like older men. I did. But I'm a I'm the more I listen, the more I dig, the more I learn, the more I study relationships and men over that age, it's kind of made me think I might need to go rob a crater for a minute.
Uh-oh. You trying to turn into a cougar? No way. Now. This is a whole nother conversation.
It's gonna be juicy. But you know what? Some things are it's so bizarre. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh behind this stuff because it's so crazy. So anyway, this particular man, was older than me, and we started off as friends. I'm single, you're single. We're friends. I'm good. We're cool. So it was fine that we were just friends, hanging out every now and then, you know. But then somewhere in that, he decided that he wanted to move. I don't know if he was trying to move into something more or trying to like something more. And let me tell you guys out there who listen. I'm gonna tell y'all something real good. If you're dealing with a woman who has children, who's been married before, or in a committed relationship that has gone astray, whatever the case may be, she coming with a whole different set of things. She's coming from experience, but she ain't bringing it with her. But she learned some things. So
Yes.
you cannot be over the age of 50 still playing high school games.
Come on now.
She ain't got time for that. And one of the deal, and ladies, know your deal breaker. Because if you slide me a bill across the table, baby, don't ask no more. That's a wrap for me. Over the age of 50, it's a wrap. I'm done. You would stay on that friendship and you would never come off of it. Do you hear me? Never.
Wow.
Over a certain age, men, you can't bring me I'm broken. Because you should know you have been in enough relationships to know what you like and what you don't like. Therefore, if you messing with this woman and she's not the one for you, you need to exit left. We all right with that. We are perfectly fine with that. Because we ain't got time wasting on you.
Yes.
Okay. I told you this my subject right here, because I have seen a lot since oh gosh. And let me just, I told you I got some story. That's one.
All right
when
now.
my husband died back, I didn't even share this with nobody, but my husband died in 2012. You know, I was back at home in Alabama. And I'm laughing because I'm still tickled about it. Men, if I have my own place and I have my own car, what are you bringing to me? I'm just asking a question. If you still stand with your mama, sister, brother, half, aunt, whatever the case may be, what? Why you even you got to cut my grass? One thing I tell you, my uncle told, because that's how they came to me. You need me to help you out? No, I do not. Because that's one thing that my uncles told me, to make sure you have absolutely everything in your yard you need, so you don't have to ask a riff-raff for anything.
Okay. So it's not about what he can do for you.
Okay. It's not. But the thing is not like that. But you still have to have something to bring to the table. And I'm talking to ladies too now. Don't get me wrong. I ain't getting off y'all either. Don't sit there and be talking about you want a 750 credit score, a GQ man, and you looking like you got a 2 credit score and big as a house and not taking care of yourself, hair all over your head. We not doing it.
Now.
We're not doing it.
When you say bring something to the table, what are you talking about? Break it
Because
down. So
right now, with us being over the age of 40, we should not be in this position where we're trying to find ourselves.
come
We
on.
should not be in a position where we still trying to decide if we want to if we got to pay the cell phone bill or the power bill. We should not be in a position to where we don't know how to have a decent conversation about politics, religion, relationships, and children without
So
somebody getting upset, angry, or mad. You
so what
understand?
you're saying is they got to be able to conversate. That's one of the things that
You
you
should
want
it's
to
like
bring
you
to
should
the
be able to do more than just, ooh, honey, you look good. Ooh,
table.
you know what? You need a man in your life. No, I don't need a man in my life because last time I checked, which I don't do, it's a plenty of stores out there can take care of it. So if you can't bring me that mind part of it, it does not.
Wait. Did I miss something? What you say?
I was going by my friends. That's what they told me. They told me it's probably on here tonight because I don't want to talk about it out.
What your friends tell you now? Come on, say it again.
I'm just
You
saying, if
got
you
to
go,
gloss over that. I'm not gonna let you gloss over that.
I said, give me something because there's plenty of stores out there, from what I understand, that can take care of those other things. So you got to bring something with you.
All
I mean,
right now.
I look because I don't know if Facebook has censored me, and I told y'all that. Let's put this disclaimer on here. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Yashica B, the Motivator. I am very transparent, and there's no telling what will fly out my mouth, but I tell you, it's gonna be the truth. And it's gonna
Come
come
on
from a
now.
place of experience, and it's gonna come from a place because that's the best teacher. I don't care. Experience is the best teacher, and about lesson is the best lesson. I'm telling them two right there. You can do no harm with those two because once you learn how to take those and magnetize them to fit you, the about lessons you had to get and those doggone experience lessons, put them two together, and you're gonna be, I don't want to say hell on wheels, heaven on wheels. We ain't put nobody hellable.
All right. Look, I gotta slow this show down a little bit. You getting out there. I gotta slow it down a little bit. Sonia, hello, and how are you? You are a beautiful queen. How you doing? Amy is here with us. Amy Bolden is here with us, and she says, "Tell them, Yashica." So she wants you to keep it real, keep it honest.
Absolutely.
Demetrius says, "Happy Valentine's Day."
Blah
All right,
blah blah.
Demetrius. All right now. And Mr. Davis says, "Good evening, ladies. Good evening, Mr. Davis." That's the photographer, correct?
Yep, that's what I need to be coming to see. Hey, Mr.
Ah,
Davis, real quick, like, well, we already talked about the sideboard. We're not gonna get on that because I go a whole other place. Hey, Amy Boda, what she saying? Blah blah.
yes. Amy is feeling what you're saying, girl. She is feeling it. Rodriguez says, "That's my Sheikah.
That is my area.
That's my Sheikah."
Yep.
Yes. And Arthur Berlin, have
Oh,
you art? He said, "Rob that cradle."
absolutely. You know what? Hey, I'm gonna address. I was stuck on it because everybody. My husband was 10 years older than me. It's always been older men with me. However, now that I have gotten to the age of the older man that it was, these guys out here is, and I'm not even dating. I'm not dating, but I'm looking at your character and how you carry yourself. And you can't come to me half ass. You just can't do it. You can't step to me with that mess. Because first of all, I'm gonna shoot you down. But I might even give you the benefit of half a doubt. But I'm watching your every single move because you have to show me outside of liking me what you about because I'm watching. I'm watching how you carry yourself.
Okay.
And you can't come to nobody who's self-sufficient, independent, and great. Hold up, let me get that right there. Listen, ladies, I am an independent woman, but I tell somebody quick, fast, in a hurry, I am not independent stupid. I still like men to pump my gas, change my oil, cut my yard. I can do all that myself, but I don't mind letting you do it too. I'm not that one. Because we get that confused with these, but that's why I said these older ladies need to teach these younger girls. You tell me I'm independent. Independent what? Yeah, we all. If you paying your own bills, yes, we're independent, but we ain't independent stupid. You let a man be a man. You still let him be a man. and stop providing places for them. The more
Yes,
you
yes.
do, the lazier they get.
And then what I believe about that is it's important for us to stand by, not to pigeonhole them into a role. That's not what it's about to me. For me, it's about, okay, we're in this thing together. So we're going to share some things that we do with each other. If we're going to have, particularly if we're going to have a sexual relationship, then you need to be willing to do your part. And whatever her desire is your part. So if she desires for you to take care of her in that way, and then see, we all have a decision to make. Right. This is not something that we're forcing on anybody. It is what it is. We tell you what we want. We show you what we want, and vice versa. You show us what you want and tell us what you want. And if we are not willing to pay that price, then step off. Don't waste our time. Don't waste my time. I'm not going to waste your time. Talk about it. And I think the key here is that we have communication. We must talk about these things and be honest rather than stuff them down. Because I know women, a lot of women stuff things down. And in my younger relationships, that's all I did was bite my tongue, stuff it down.
Yep.
And then I walk around miserable and frustrated and angry. And then when you come pushing up on me, now I don't want to be bothered. And you're trying to figure out why I don't want to be bothered. So now you feeling some type of way and I'm feeling some type of way. So it's important that we just learn to really have some conversation, have that talk with one another, talk to each other and say, this is what I like. And here's the problem that I see. And this goes back to younger times. Women today seem to get involved sexually before they have those communications, those conversations. Those conversations need to be held on your way to the bedroom, not after you get out the bedroom. Know what I'm saying? All right, come on in.
All right, look, I'm trying to tell you, y'all might want to share this, because I'm going to give y'all some juicy stuff. Because I told you I'm transparent. I'm on the road tonight. You don't have to know this. It's going to be recorded, so hey. So listen.
All right, drop the truth bombs.
Because I tell you, I'm just as bad on my ladies now. Listen, me and my best friend had a conversation a little while ago. There are different types of us as far as women go. There are just different types. Some of us are true submissive, but that's another conversation, and we have to teach y'all what that word actually means if we have any younger people out there. So, but we don't want to hit it right now because we don't have enough time. Now, or ladies that are so much of a one man's woman that we didn't get into that let's play the game thing where we're having multiple partners and then trying to figure out which one's gonna stand up the highest, So when we deal with that one person, and like you said, we have these conversations before we get into the bedroom, that woman, because women are emotionally connected, and yeah, guys, y'all are emotional too. That's another topic too. But because women are emotionally connected, it's something about you for some of us that we can't just have one night stands. We got to connect. And when we connect in our mind, although it ain't been said, but when we connect, we just gave you us. We just married you in that one night. And we shut everything else down. Everybody else who could come by, we done shut them down. Because we are focused now on you, because we done gave you ourselves. We done gave you something sacred of us. We have given you our body. So therefore, it belongs to you, although you didn't ask for it, although you didn't work for it, although you don't deserve it. But some of us are like that. And I'm a guilty person like that. I'm just a very transparent. I am. And that's why I don't do multiple. Now, if I ever did multiples, I'd be a bad sister. I'm trying to tell you. That baby now we sit good.
We have a question for you, Yashica B, and it reads as follows. Please explain the real meaning of being submissive, Yashica, because my generation doesn't really know. Please explain the real meaning of being submissive.
Being submissive one to another? That's the part right there. that they don't get. I know that's my daughter. We're gonna do that offline because again, like I said, that's a whole nother topic. Then we do need to address that. Since she's 25 and she is asking that question, and that need to be a topic one night that we need to address the roles. I'm gonna say the roles of women, and I don't care who might get their feelings hurt or whatever, because we're coming from a spiritual platform. So I'm not all about that equal whatever. We have roles, okay, and it's designed like that for a reason. Now you can be all about the rest of the stuff, and I support whomever. I mean, I'm not. I don't have a heaven and hell to put nobody in, but I know what works for me, and I know that there's a design out there. You can't believe in the design one day and it's working this way, but when you want something to work for you another way, then the design doesn't matter. That you can't do that. Pick and choose. Be on one side of the fence or the other. We ain't riding, okay? So we will address that at another time. And what I may even do, Dr. Angie, now we may even get a panel where we can also have men, so you can hear it from married men, women. We'll figure that one out. But I definitely explain it to you offline, and then we can have.
I absolutely love that idea. And I'm hoping right now what I'm getting ready to do is open the floor up to the men. I want the men, I was going to do that prior, but now it's really important. I want the men to jump in. What are your conversations? What are your thoughts? Your thoughts about Valentine's Day and relationships with women when you're dating, and relationships with women when you are married to them. Jump right in and let us know what you're feeling right now. You're hearing a lot of things come from two different women, and I'm one married, one widowed. So let's talk about what that feels like to you. If you're dating a single woman and you guys are in the courting process, what does that feel like? If you are married, what does it feel like in that situation? So, man, I would love to hear from you right now.
So you're going to pull a question up?
Trying to. I'm working on it.
Okay.
So I don't see any men jumping in, but Mr. Davis did say this, which I think is important.
Communication. Don't assume anything. Absolutely. Absolutely. Communication is key. Is you have to talk this stuff out. And then I even have I even go one step further, and I address the people whom are already in relationships and something has changed, whether you're in the relationship at 1 year, 2 years, 6 years. Life happens. Life happens to us. What we started off with, that strong bond, it just may not be like that 5 years down the line, 6 years. And then we got to get over that 7 year, what we call a 7 year what?
Itch.
That 7 year itch. Because listen, communicating is just powerful, and it's nothing wrong. And y'all heard it here. There's nothing wrong with renegotiating your contract. Contracts are written, but contracts can be renegotiated, including your marriage. Meaning that if you did what it took to get her and you're no longer doing it, y'all need to go back to that table. And it's like something has changed, and something has changed in her, something has changed in you. You need to go back to that table. You need to sit down. Let's renegotiate this contract. Whereas you was cooking for me 3 meals a day. Well, honey, I can't keep up with that no more. Then talk about it. That's renegotiating the contract. Renegotiating right there. I can give you. And look, and if you with this one right here, this is what I want. I'm telling y'all out there right now. This is what I want. Be able to pay for my food. If you're not cooking it yourself, do not think you get ready to put a whole bunch of groceries in my freezer or my refrigerator and think I'm getting ready to cook it, because I got other things to do to be switching in the kitchen. If that's a deal breaker for you, don't even come my way, because I am not doing it. And I am not only trying to tell you that I'll make you a sandwich every now and then. I don't even want to do that all. I'm for real. I want to be able to eat where I want to eat out, As a matter of fact, or that chef come in and cook for me, I'm fine with that, because some things I'm good at, some things I'm better at, and some things I just don't like to do. I'm okay with cooking. I cook what I like to cook, but I'm just not.
But on the flip side of that, as a married woman, I enjoy the opportunity to cook for my man.
Yeah, and you know what your man like, don't you?
Say it again.
And you know what he likes, right? He
Absolutely.
He loves that food. Dr. Angie, great. Yeah, babe, I'm gonna serve it up.
He enjoys home cooked meals. Now, when I'm running around at work, things are different now because of COVID. But if I'm working as hard as he is, then no, I'm not going to make sure I come home and cook dinner after working all day every single day. No, that's not going to happen. So we have a pretty good understanding, a pretty good thing, because I cook when I want to cook. If I don't feel like cooking, then we order out. I mean, it's not one of those things where I'm asking for
Communication.
permission. Yeah, we talk about, hey, what are you in the mood for dinner? And I tell you one thing that does burn me up, when he says, I don't care, whatever you want. Oh, no, don't give me the whatever. I don't want to hear that. I want us to figure out what we want for dinner. I want some input. I don't want to sit here be racking my brain. Then I got to go get whatever it is. Then I got to cook whatever it is. Then no, that's too much. No, you're going to have a conversation and you're going to say what it is that you might be in the mood for.
Let me tell you how bad your co-host is over here. Okay. I literally took 3 days to cook a meal.
Uh-oh.
And all it was a broccoli, cheese, and rice casserole. The kids like it. Listen, I bought the broccoli one day, the chicken, and made the rice. And it was like I was doing something else in my office. I said, you know what? I told my daughter, Danye, put that stuff in the refrigerator and contains order pizza.
Oh, wow. Well, hey, sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes I start out cooking and then something else comes along and it's like, hey, grab a pizza, grab some Chinese food, whatever it is. I like what the last person says, because she's essentially saying what I was saying. She says she enjoys the opportunity of cooking when she wants to. She does not want to be expected to cook. And that's what I think my thing is. As long as when I cook when I want to cook, which is frequently, several times a week. But if I don't feel like it, I wish my husband would look at me like I'm falling down on the job. I'd be like, man, have you lost your mind? Really? So anyway, Mrs. Davis says, my wife cooks and I clean up, or I cook and she cleans up. And I love that, Mr. Davis. That's the household that I was raised in. My parents used to do that. Whoever got home first was the one who did dinner, and whoever did dinner, the opposite one did the cleanup. So I love that's a nice little way to work it. And then nobody's completely exhausted and worn out at the end of the meal. Now we can go talk about other things like dessert and things like that. We can't talk about that if I'm cooking them, if I'm going to the store, cooking a meal, cleaning up afterwards, and now here it is 9-10 o'clock at night, and no, and you just sitting around twiddling your thumbs with your feet up. I got to go take care of the kids and make sure their homework is done and this and get the clothes out for tomorrow and all that stuff. Don't come pushing up on me then. It's no. We have to do this thing together. And I know, go ahead.
Okay, and I want to say this because I know it'll be replayed. And for the younger ladies, just because they choose and like to cook, that doesn't make them less of a woman, or that doesn't make them a housewife, or what other cliche message y'all let society tell y'all about a woman who cooks or whatever. That it does not. There's nothing wrong with being a woman. There's nothing wrong with being feminine. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with men who also can cross the line. Because this is one thing that my late husband, this was an issue that we had. Okay, he met me. I was a tomboy. I mean, outside was me. You asked me to detail the car, I'm cool with that. You asked me to cut some grass, that's up my alley. I'm good with it. But his idea, because he had an idea of what a wife was supposed to be, and she wasn't supposed to be outside. But when he took outside from me, I was miserable. Because I would wash some clothes, and them clothes would literally stay in that wash machine.
Till it was time to wash them again.
You don't want them clothes no more. You better throw them away because they so sour. They don't stay in there so long. Because I'm telling you, it's a thing. And I said, it was never a dull moment. I laugh at myself. I don't care what. I laugh at myself. Because yes, and it's the same thing like now. I have to remind, go take the clothes out the washing machine. My son, my oldest son, he wouldn't even let his mom wash his clothes. He been washing his clothes since before my husband died, because he knew that your white shirt was not gonna be white no more. They banned me, Angie. They banned me from washing
Oh,
clothes. And these
she
kids was
got
younger, 6, 7. They banned me. No, you don't even do it. Because I literally would leave stuff in that wash because I done forgot. I my mind doing other stuff. I'm doing other stuff. And I tell you, I can tell you some funny stories now.
Now, let me just grab this from the last one real quick because it's going to make you laugh. She says, the Bible says a table is prepared. I prepared a table with food from Waiter, DoorDash, Uber Eats, etc. That's
my girl. That's my girl.
I hear you, girl. And then we have from Liz, Nolly Tilp. She says, yes, keep others, including what society says, out of your marriage. Yes. And to go along with that, Liz, your parents. Don't let your mom and your dad tell you how to run your marriage. When you get married, then that becomes a union and a contract between you and that individual, not you, that individual, and the rest of the family. And don't go running to your mom telling her all your business, because that's not acceptable. Because when things go wrong, you have an argument. You have that argument between the two of you, and then you go tell somebody, y'all have made up and they still mad because they care about you and they love you. So you're all hung up and y'all back doing your thing. And they're walking around carrying an attitude that it takes them a long time to let go of. So it's important that I don't want to say don't use our support system. What I'm going to say is talk to people, talk to your mother, talk to your friends and all that, but don't give them details. Don't give them the details that somehow, some way are going to come back up and bite you in the behind. So be careful with that one. That's the issue of maturity. That's a big issue of maturity. We have to be careful with that. Now,
mature. Listen, I bust out laughing because of that comment right there.
Now look at that, McGray. Now as we speak about immaturity, here we go. And you're gonna take after this show, Anime. Like, really? Is he serious? Oh, well, I'm gonna get him.
You was giving some good nuggets, but when I saw that, I couldn't do nothing but laugh though. Oh my gosh.
And look, Liz think that's funny. You think that's funny, huh, Liz? Yes, keep the outside out your marriage and keep your house in your home. All right, Mr. Davis, you talking now. I like it. I like it. And that's one of the things that we find when we're married, because a married couple needs to keep their business to themselves. Now, that's not, if domestic violence is involved and all that, then no, we're talking a whole different story. But if you're in a loving, healthy relationship, that doesn't need to, the things that happen that go on in your home, in your bedroom. How many movies have we seen where it's friends talking and she telling them all about the stuff that he does in the bedroom and whatever, and then that person gets that jealousy and that envy thing going on, and then goes after the man and knows what he likes, knows all that stuff. So you can't share too much information, because that could get out of hand.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you have to learn that you can't fix what's inside by going outside. And that even, ladies and gentlemen, that even goes down to some of these churches. That's a whole nother topic too, where we're running to tell the pastor and the pastor wife what's going on in your home and this, that, and other. That's not always good either. Why don't you go to somebody you have to do the talking? Go to somebody qualified. And I'm not saying pastors unqualified, but they had one class on this. Whereas you have a counselor, a marriage counselor, who has experience plus skills to go with helping you, or either a counselor in general. Now, I'm not taking away from them, trust me, I'm not. But we got to stop putting so much, and especially in our community, because if we want to go back and really start talking about the church, how many, you know what I'm saying? We know what went on in the church with the pastor and the deacons and the wives and everybody else. So we're gonna leave that alone. That's a whole other story. So anyway, just be careful.
Here's the thing. I will say this. Coming from a pastoral point of view, with my husband being a pastor, just because we are in that role doesn't mean that we want to hear all your business. Now, do we want to be able to help you and support
Yeah.
you? Absolutely. But we don't need to know all the nitty gritty details.
Mhm.
Save that for the marriage counselor, like you suggested. But we do want to be able to help and support
Mhm.
people that we love and care about.
Absolutely.
And we love, just because marriage is hard.
Mhm.
Marriage is not something anybody can ever really explain to you until you are in it. And we
Right.
need to, I see Pastor Gray has put a
Oh, I like what
something.
it's, but you know what? That is amazing that here he is a pastor, and you see what he says there because you have so many that would read that out loud, and that
He
is so
says,
true.
and we pastors don't have the answers to everything. And by God, that's so true. We don't have the answers to everything. And I never pretend to have the answers, but what I do pretend to do is let you know that we love you, we care about you. Prayer has its place, counseling has its place, therapy has its place. And one of the things that Pastor said in church today is goodbye has its place too
Uh
in
oh.
some relationships. So you have to really know if the person that you are with, if you guys are compatible, if you are loving partners, if you are healthy, if there's any toxicity involved in that relationship, a conversation needs to happen. If that doesn't resolve it, then it is honestly, it's time to leave that relationship. Life is too short to stay in close proximity with someone who is toxic. We
Right.
cannot handle that. That's not the right thing to do. Yeah, women stand and people, um, instead of living their marriage, they're dying in their marriage. That's not
Wow.
acceptable.
Wow.
And I'm not a proponent for divorce, but one of the things that my mother said to me years ago, and I'll never forget it, she said, I'd rather be from a broken home than in a broken home.
Wow.
And that is so true because we don't want our children perpetuating bad, miserable relationships because
Mhm.
they've seen us do it. We have to have real conversations with our children. We have to have real conversations with ourselves and with each other. If we're unable to have those conversations, they're awkward though they may be. If we're not able to have those conversations, we're in the wrong place. We don't belong in that relationship.
That was good. That was good. We start. Go ahead.
All right, so the last verse says, the Bible said, where peace does not abide, dust your feet and flee. It did not say wipe off the mud. Okay. All right, I hear what she's saying here. Where the peace does not abide, dust your feet and flee. In other words, don't stay there until it becomes muddy. Because if you stay there long enough for that dust to turn into mud, now you're stuck. And now
Mhm.
you're bringing in stuff that you don't even really have to have. You don't have to bring that forward. You don't want to deal with that kind of heavy stuff. We need to have real conversations, real talk with the real issues. Whatever those issues are, we must be willing to have those conversations because they're going to lead us a lot further down the path of life than if we just stuffing it down and getting mad and yelling and screaming. Pastor John and I have arguments, but we are not going for the jugular when we have arguments. And so often when people have arguments, they turn to try to hurt one another. And it's not about trying to hurt one another. That's not good. We have to have those conversations. And though they may be heated, that doesn't mean that we have to be nasty and that we have to try to tear one another down. Love is about building one another up.
You have to
So,
have discipline. Discipline.
yes. So Dr. Gray says God did not place us on this planet to be miserable, abused, etc. That's it. We are not supposed to be here to be miserable and abused by someone. No one. I don't care who they are. They don't have the right to abuse you. They don't have the right to take advantage of you. They don't have the right to put their hands on you. They don't have a right to make you miserable. And when I say make you miserable, that means that they are actively doing something to make you miserable, because you are in charge of your emotions and your feelings. You do not give your power away to anyone. You hold on to your power, and your power is being true, real, and authentic to yourself.
I want to
So,
address
Liz,
it.
I didn't hear you.
Go ahead, read her. That's what I want to address hers right there.
All right, Liz Nolly Tillman says, real talk. Valentine's Day is triggering for a lot of people, and measuring yourself against what you see on Facebook doesn't help. Oh boy. I'm going to go ahead and let you take that one, Yashica.
Absolutely. We talked about earlier the small things and the things that we like. And I recently saw a couple of things on Facebook. You know, guys, come on, we're doing a little bit too much on these live things. Because I want to know if you are trying to do something for me, or are you trying to impress the world? Because to me, if you have roses and a tub and all that, what you did laid out and you living on Facebook, that wasn't for me. That was for Facebook. Now I
All
want you
right
to now
now.
I need you now I need mine. What you got for me? Because I'm that one. I'm gonna come straight at you. Now what you got for me? Because that wasn't for me. That was for them followers that you have. Because I don't need to show the world what I'm doing. I don't need you to show the world what you're doing for me, because the world is not in my wall, and the world is not for some things need to be kept. I mean, too many. You're putting all these relationships on Facebook. When y'all break up, y'all need to come back and tell us exactly what happened, because we waiting to find out too. That's only fair. We sat there and looked at all the other stuff.
Now, you know they're not going to do that. You know, there's a movie out right now. What's the name of that movie? Something about social media right now, about how we set up all of this stuff on social media, and we only giving them a snippet of it. We're not giving them the whole story.
No
So,
one does. Even when we have when we have conversation among ourselves, when we're talking about things that have, we're only giving one side, our view, our perception of what happened. That's why I said, what is it? It's three sides to a story. Yours,
yeah,
his, and the truth. So it's the
right.
same thing. So again, we have to be careful with that. But I just to the younger ones, oh my gosh, when I saw this, man, will y'all please keep your relationships off of social media,
Yes.
please.
So John says, Dr. Grace says, what I say about my wife publicly is what she has already heard privately, and I can attest to that. I definitely can say that that is the truth. And same here. He's not doing things for the photo op of it. So that's important, that we as men and women are not doing things just for the value of the likes that we can get on social media.
Right.
So
I mean,
it's
it's just like
important.
it's you're right. I see. Hey, Cheryl. Yeah, it's just too much. And I saw something, and I want to get in there. What is it? An inbox? I don't even know the IMDM, whatever. And just like hey, for if it's somebody I know, I want to say, hey, do you think she appreciated that when the camera's on her trying to have a romantic dinner? Or do you think she would prefer it more so if there wasn't a camera? That's almost like getting ready for a
And then
party.
not only that, would it not be up to her to share that experience? If she wanted people to know that experience, wouldn't it be up to her to, and I wouldn't have it be a live thing. That could be a photograph. Oh, had a great date night last night, whatever, and show that. John and I, when we used to do date night, we would do a quick little, if we were headed to the movies or dinner or whatever, we would do literally a 30 seconds. Hey, and only the reason for that was to share with our congregation that yes, you need to do date night. You need to be spending time, quality time with one another. It's not just about the grind of the everyday, everybody going to work, everybody coming home, taking care of the kids, da, 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 da. No, we need to have quality time with one another. And it's important.
And
It's important.
also,
It's very important. So that's why we shared
and that's what I want to say
that
too.
kind of
Like,
stuff.
we do share things on social media, so don't understand us. We're not saying not to, but what we're saying is it should be limits. And some of us, myself, Dr. Angie, and quite a few, are in the positions where social activity demands us to share certain things. And I had to make somebody, get people to understand that on yesterday. When you're asking, because we do have followers, we do have other entities that are asking for, hey, we need footage and stuff. So we are sharing that type of stuff. But that intimate, private stuff, that's somewhere is something
And
that needs
that's the key word, intimate,
intimate,
private
private.
stuff.
Somewhere we need
Absolutely.
to have enough respect for ourselves to say, you know what, I'm not selling my soul just to give you some likes.
Right.
I'm not getting ready to
So
go out
true.
like that. And I
So
think
true.
with a lot of the reality TV shows that recently just spun off over the last 5, 10 years, I think that's exactly what we've been
Too
doing
much.
as our culture, selling our soul for a bunch of likes, where we're doing
Oh,
stuff that and I'm good. I know some of y'all like it, but I don't. The Atlanta Housewives, who act like that?
come
I'm
on
just
now.
saying, that's not even who we are. But yet we are okay with selling for the money to show the world that that's how they're already putting us down as black women, that we're angry, we're aggressive, and here we go, and they're even married to medicine. Y'all doing stuff that we don't even do. But y'all are okay. And I the whole I watched it a little while, but won't even watch it no more because I do not. When I started understanding me, having respect for me as a black woman, it's so deplorable that they do that. And I think and I'm just gonna be out. Any of you that watch it and follow it, it doesn't make sense. That's not gonna help you propel yourself to the next level. Won't you listen to something else motivational that's gonna help you? Because what they're doing is not gonna do anything but set you up for something that we're not. And then if you turn into what they are, then that's just a bad recipe for a bad recipe of the downward spiral. That's all.
Oh, all right. Now, I think you need to take a sip from your cup right now. Take a sip from your cup and talk about your cup.
That's my water. Yep. I think it's how my conversation for soul. Yep. I told you we've had some good conversation. This is a pretty good one tonight because I was like on fire already because it's Valentine's Day. So I was in my funk. I told you I'd be very transparent. I was in my funk for a little while because again, I told you my husband, that was his day. Those that was his day to Valentine's Day. But it really wasn't so much as my day, but then it became because it was his thing. It was his thing. So I enjoyed it because he enjoyed putting the smile on my face, but it was always something that I liked. Now, if he got me something I didn't like, I told him that too.
Mm-hmm. Because communication is key, and that's key everywhere in your relationship. Every aspect of your relationship should be discussed between the two of you. So, what's happening, what you do for date night is important, what you do for you to discuss what you enjoy, what kind of movies you like to watch. All of that stuff needs to be discussed so that we're on the same page. Because if you got two different people going two different directions, that's not good. That's not gonna fly. So we have to be willing to have those conversations. And some things, yes, we do sacrifice, but we are aware that we're doing that sacrifice and we're doing it intentionally and on purpose. That's good. That's fine as long as you weigh it out, because you got to be able to balance things. You can't always be the one on. That almost came out the wrong way, but you can't always be.
Compromise. It's like compromise. No, where to compromise.
Compromise. Yes.
Because you're gonna have to give. You're gonna have to take. You're gonna compromise, and that's just the way it is. In no, in all relationships, whether it's the married, the friend, there's not, because you're not going to be two equal perfect souls. Although we say when two become one, but that's work too to get to that place. So when you mesh like that. So and then even when you feel like there's a pull, a tug of war against, and you got to go back and try to get that meshment back to go back into the place where you're renegotiating that contract to get back to that place. Because at the end of the day, the love that you have for each other should be outweigh anything else. So that love should pull you back in to say, you know what, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And you may have to compromise. You know what, I'm really tired. I don't want okay. I'm telling you, it's a lot of compromises we make. And we say sacrifice, either word is better for you. I say compromise. Because we have
Yes.
to compromise.
Compromise is a wonderful word for a relationship. When you're in that relationship, it really is about compromising. So I that's the perfect word. I agree with you wholeheartedly there. So we did mention this a little bit at the top of the show. Liz says, what about being demonstrative about who you love all year round? And it shouldn't take a made up holiday. So I want to address that because I believe that we should certainly show each other love every day, and we should have special moments. But I believe I'm not offended by the whole Valentine's Day thing as a made up holiday, because I look for opportunities to do something special. Now, that doesn't mean that you only show love on Valentine's Day. That, yeah, you're going to show it all year long. And but when we do, I'm just looking for the specialness of it, the uniqueness of, okay, we're doing a little bit extra for this particular holiday as opposed to, what we do any other time during the year. And a lot of that, let's keep it real. A lot of that is for the sake of showing other people, so that when you go to work, you can say, oh, he bought me flowers and we did this and we did that. And if you don't have anything to contribute to that conversation, they don't know how you really feel about that. The other person, your mate does. Your partner understands that. But a lot of it is for show, for conversation, for being able to come to go and spend time in circles having that conversation. It's a fun thing to do. Is it a necessary thing to do? No, it's not. Because I'd much rather have someone be loving towards me and affectionate towards me and spend quality time with me 364 than I would for one day. That one day doesn't make sense to me. But to be able to have a special occasion, I think it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Remember what I talked about earlier too? I don't know if she was on, because it's like, I get it with you guys with the made up holidays, blah blah blah. But don't get so deep into that you're cheating your own self out of something because of what somebody else said.
And using it as an excuse.
As an
That's
excuse,
the thing.
because we all this, we're being so woke. Some of us are so woke we're actually sleepwalking. So don't cheat yourself out of things just because somebody say it's a made up holiday. Well, Christmas is made up, but you celebrate it.
Right.
And what difference does it make if he wasn't born on December 24th? But the fact that you took a day out of the year to celebrate a birth, you understand what I'm saying? Doesn't that mean more? Or you're so wrapped up into what society is saying? Because come on, we get sometimes we can get so caught up in this mess that we just don't make sense. It doesn't pass the common sense test when you sit back and really look at it. Why would you take things away that you actually enjoy just because now we so awake now? It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. And if some people enjoy, like I already told you, Valentine's Day wasn't, I told people, Valentine's Day wasn't my day, but it was my husband's day. So therefore, that was a compromise. So, okay, my thing was birthdays and Christmas. Don't miss. I'm telling anybody out there who.
And then that's where that word compromise comes in again.
Yes.
Pastor Grace says Jesus was actually born in the spring, so he's confirming the thought that you just put out there about the birth of Christ and how we celebrate.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
Because I had said, oh, December 24th, that's actually Christmas Eve, 25th. Yeah. So right. But we still doing that, and it's like, oh, okay. But we don't have, it's just like, okay, I get it with the, this doesn't, and don't allow it comes from the man most of the time to say, oh, it's a made up holiday because you want to be slack.
You want to be lazy. Lazy. Yes. That's a big part of it. You just want to be lazy. You don't feel like being creative, so you just use that as a good excuse.
Yes, but you know what? But if you bring that, like we said earlier, and if you bring that to me on the 14th, you better have something for me on the 13th, the 12th, the 11th, the 10th, the 9th, the 8th.
Something that I can point to and hold on to, right?
I'm talking about, you better show me 364 what you're about. Don't come to
Exactly.
And look, even if I wasn't even looking for nothing, because I don't, I'd be like, don't.
Exactly. So Dr. Gray says it's not always 50-50. Sometimes it's 90-10 or 75-25 based on the situation. And that's true. I tend to agree with that. We're not always going to be at a point where we're able to give 50-50. But as Teddy Pendergrass said.
Uh-oh. What do you say?
Wait, how old are you? You know about Teddy Pendergrass?
Yeah, well, I want to know what he say. That's a TKO, is it? What is it?
Well, when he talks about sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's 90-10, it is what it is. But more often than not, it should be, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 100. I'm looking for you to give me your best. I'll give you my best if you give me your best. And not
It's
if. That's not a qualifier. If we are in a relationship with one another, then we should be planning on being intentional about giving our best at all times. So I look at 100.
isn't that what Sister Tyson said? I gave my best.
That's it.
I gave
That's
my
it.
best. And even with relationships working, if you can go out there and do everything to for a job or entrepreneurship, you should be able to do the same thing in your home life. You know?
Absolutely. So as we are closing in on 1 hour, I would like to put it out there for any questions, concerns, thoughts, insight that anybody would like to throw in at this particular point in time before we do our weekly giveaway. I want to just make sure everybody's all good.
You can when
Uh
you can
oh.
enter.
He said, Yashica B, when am I getting my shirt?
Okay. Let's see. It's coming soon. You see, I got on a special one tonight. I don't know if you can see it. The queen I am.
I
Yep.
can't see it.
Let's see.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I
Yep.
like
That's
it.
that's that's one of my original.
Well, I'm glad you did that. Why don't you
Oh.
talk about that for just a moment? Talk
Oh
about
goodness.
these perks and what you
Okay.
do.
My company is Design Reflections Custom Prints. I print t-shirts, I create them, I create coffee mugs just like this one here. I love being creative with things. I sew. I just like being creative. So, and I do sell. I am in the process now. A lot of it has been word of mouth. People ask me to do things, but it has grown. And I'm looking at changing into actually getting I am getting a website so you can actually purchase from the website instead of coming to me because it is growing very rapidly. But I love doing stuff custom. I love custom shirts, custom prints, anything branding your company, yourself as entrepreneurs. I love to do it.
And tell me the name of the company again.
Design Reflections Custom Prints.
Okay.
You know what? Our camera, what was he? How directed the guy behind the scenes? I tell you, he is. Our
He
third
said,
man.
can your creative self make me a shirt, please? Wow. Wow. Look, I'm going to take care of him for you, Sheikah B. I got him.
Yes, we will. And soon we will start putting on here what's available as well, and going to our Facebook page and our website, Conversation for the Soul, because we will have T-shirts on there and the availability of the cups. But we have already had people ask for cups. I just have not done them. I just need you to private message me because on here, going back to look, just private message me if you would like a cup that says Conversation for the Soul. There'll be 20 plus shipping, and we can go a little bit further later. We need the links dropped. Yep, I know. I know. Right now, it's on Facebook. My Design Reflections custom print is on Facebook. The last she made mine. If you want to buy it, wow, they can. And I'm so I'm not gonna say slow,
See, I'm
but
glad you all are jumping on here and letting her know because I've been telling her this for a minute. So I'm just going to be quiet while you just let her know the importance of her being able to really talk about what she's doing because she does some fantastic work. Let me see if I can find that picture from last week.
Yep, Sherry, I know because I made it. Sherry says I have a T-shirt like that. Yashica said, "Yep, I made it."
Let's see if I can. I can't show you what I'm trying to show you. So, wait a minute. That was let's see. Let me see if I can show you the work that she did. I can't show you. Sorry about that. But anyway, I can't figure out how to bring that in there. I know. I'm going to come out. Let's see. There we go. And I'm going to remove us so we can see. your favorite quote, get that put on there, whatever it may be.
Right.
All right. So we have come to that moment in time. Uh-oh. Did that by accident. There you go. So, Yashica B, you have any final comments, final words, final?
No, I don't have anything else. I think I done said enough. What y'all think? I done said a book. Okay. Oh. Yes, I'm in the process of writing a book.
Thank you so much, Pele. We love you. Cheryl Dickinson said that's cute. She's talking about your T-shirt.
I don't know if that because when you put the picture up, you couldn't hear me speak behind it, could you? Because it muted, right?
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
Okay, well, I was just saying, I just say it again. The Cicely Tyson T-shirt, the quote "I did my best" really resonated with me. You know, she was an icon. She was a legend. She was she was Black history. You know, I mean, really, a trailblazer. I mean, pick and choose roles only to show women as strong Black women, not depict us as anything less. And so when I heard that, when she said, I did my best. And that's what she wanted people to remember. That quote just resonated. So I decided to answer her and say, I would do my best. And that's when I put, and personalized it myself. That's my commitment. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going to do my best. Even if my best is aggravating you, I'm going to do my best at it.
All right. All right. I love it. I love it. So, what I want to do right. Did you hear me? What number range are you looking for?
No,
What number range? 1 through? Or do you have a question that you want them to answer?
Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Let's see how much they follow us on social media. Let's see. Okay, so
wonderful book. Thank
huh?
you, Lasper. I'm listening to you, Yashica B.
And telling Hakim John Gray cannot win. We're taking some people out of this. Nope, I did not give a
No,
number.
she's already guessing, so you know you got to come up with something else.
It's a question. It's not even. Yashica B, Eclectic Me, has many hats. Name one of them. That means I do a lot. So name one something that I do other than conversations for the soul, and let us know.
Can I answer?
No. Nope.
Oh, shucks. Dr. Gray was first. Is that correct? Is that a correct answer?
He works with yes, that's correct. That's
the
correct.
last said
Mother.
Mother. Yep. All right. That's a biggie.
Say boxing. Yep.
Nice. All right. Yep. You tell me who's the winner. I think there's some more out there.
Boxing PR. Yep.
Yeah.
That's my daughter. She knows now. Well, you know what? At least if she's giving it tonight, because if I use that question again, it's there. The answers will already be out there. So we're going to see how many people are paying attention and watching our show as we go through, and the replays.
Kelly says she didn't hear the question, so repeat the question.
The question was, Kelly, Yashica B, Eclectic Me, wears many hats. Name one of them, other than Conversations for the Soul. She said her computer froze.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, she's back on now. She said that's why she didn't hear it, because her computer froze. That was the question. But we had quite a few answers. And what are we getting tonight? Are we getting the book, Dr. Angie?
Yes.
Well, we can't give it to Dr. John. He was the publisher.
He can't win anyway.
Right.
You said has many roles? She could be Eclectic Me?
Yes, has many roles. Many hats. At first I said she could be Eclectic Me, wears many hats. Name one of them, other than Conversations for the Soul. The last person, oh my gosh, I'm loving you. See, somebody's been following me and listening on social media. Can I talk about yesterday a little bit? How many people we have on?
Yes.
Yep. Fundraiser. I said it all. Yep. There's a lot of stuff out there. So woo. So I'm glad people know a little bit about Yashica B, Eclectic B. And why is it eclectic? Because I have so much. I cannot box myself in.
Yeah, Celeste says Les Brown.
Power voice. Yep.
Yes, my sidekick. LOL. Cheryl says fundraiser for ASL. All right.
ALS. Lou Gehrig's disease. ALS. Mm-hmm. I have a nonprofit for ALS.
Oh, ALS. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I just read it up there. I knew what it was. I just messed it up, but it's okay. I'm the last one. Where you gonna be next week? What's going on? And this is what I was trying to show you. Pelly says, my counselor.
Yep. I do hold a master's in counseling and psychology, and Dr. Angie holds a doctorate in school counseling. Is that right?
My master's is in school counseling. My doctorate is in coaching.
That's good. See, there y'all have some qualified people on this panel.
Absolutely.
So we each have websites. We are both certified coaches.
Oh, that's right.
Both counselors. We are really just people who are qualified to assist in the decision making and the self-awareness. I believe in helping you, assisting you becoming a better version of you. And that includes to look at your eclecticism, which I say eclectic mind because I am very eclectic, to get to that place where we can, that one thing can rise. And I understand it takes a while when we have so much for one thing to stand out over the other. And Dr. Angie, what do you specialize in? Writing books.
I specialize in being a Jackie of all trades.
That's what I say. We are both Jackie. That's why we get along so well. We're Jackie. Look, we're Jacqueline.
How about that? Yeah. So I believe that my biggest purpose in life is to help others find their purpose. Mm-hmm. So I do whatever it takes to empower everyone that I encounter to be the best version of themselves. So that's how I would qualify myself, as someone who will do whatever it takes for that person to help them find their voice, find their self-confidence, find their self-esteem, whatever it is that they are lacking. Help them to find their purpose, because it's there, it's inside of us. Every one of us are born with that purpose. Mm-hmm. So help them to uncover that purpose. And a lot of ways is just having them look at the gifts and talents that they have, the passions that they have. And that will lead us directly to their purpose. Mm-hmm. And then my job is to help you figure out strategies to get you to get to the point where you are at the best version of yourself.
Yes, thank you for that. We're doing better, ladies and gentlemen, at putting on. So we just have so much, and we just want to help and empower and impact, and one person at a time. And that's our goal. And if that happens, we have succeeded. So therefore, we love that you all are tuning in. We actually continue to please like, share, post on your page.
Yes. And we're also like, share, subscribe. You know the routine.
Yeah.
Like,
so we're gonna close out. And if any of you are on the Clubhouse, I believe Dr. John has a room open. I think I just saw a notification on my phone that in the Clubhouse, Dr. John's going to the Clubhouse tonight. Mm-hmm. We're going to the club, y'all.
Yeah, we're going to look. That's the only club I can go to now at this age. The Clubhouse, yes. All right. I want to take this opportunity out to just thank everyone for joining us and participating. Without you, this is not a show. So we thank you. Without you, this becomes simply a phone call, a conversation. So thank you for joining us. giving your input, sharing your insight, asking your questions. We look forward to all of that. We thank you so much. I'd like to go back and give a holler out to everyone, a shout out. Go ahead, Sheikah B. How about if you shout everybody's name out? You got,
Oh,
can you?
nice. Let me see. Shalanya. That's my sister. Amy. Demetrius. Are they all on here still? Yeah. Shout out, y'all. Thank you.
There's no one in your contacts.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
I'm sorry. My iPad losing its biscuits over here.
Uh-oh. Sephonia.
Mm-hmm.
The Lasper. Thank you, guys. And remember, like and share. Delisha. Thank you. Nicoria. Shalonda. Mr. Davis. I just cannot call Mr. Davis by his first name, although he says Mr. Davis.
Mr. Davis didn't drop us his information this time, but he should.
Yeah, I'll make sure we get that for next time. Pele. Liz. That's about it. And Dr. Gray. Oh, Steven. Now the man has to run. Oh, I didn't know he was on there. Wow, because we could have got his input. Stephen did launched his book the other night, on Thursday night.
Yes. We could have put his book up.
Yep, I got to get my book out of Cheryl, out of Pelly's truck, because I have my book in there.
All right. Thank you to everyone. We're going to go ahead and close this out. We appreciate you. We will see you next Sunday at 7. Mr. Lasper will not be able to join us next week. She reminded me that she has a masterclass program webinar going on of her own. So I just want us all to support her as well. You can do you can review our show again on replay. It is available to you on replay on both YouTube and Facebook. Sheikah B, any last words before I go ahead and end us out?
No, remember we have Tuesdays at 12.
Yes.
Conversations for Your Soul, and then we're gonna go again maybe Saturday. We have a summit, a Power Talk summit on Saturday.
Yes. A Power Talk Summit on Saturday.
Make sure I put
that got here fast. I didn't hear you.
I said, make sure I put that on our page on the.
Yes. We'll put that information.
We're hitting at 1:17, so we're gonna go ahead and get off. And good night, everybody.
Good night.